Hello, I am Kevin John, and welcome to this ABC10 Plus special on high school football in the Sac-Joaquin section. The regular season is officially over, which means we're in postseason mode. Can't believe we're already here. Felt like the season just started yesterday. First, I should point out that each playoff team has a bye week, as this week's action will consist of bowl games featuring teams that did not make the playoffs. Now, each division in the Sac-Joaquin section will have an 8-team bracket. This is the first time this section will conduct the playoffs in this format. Now, normally, we take a look at the previous week's games, and we'll still do that. But first, we'll kick things off by taking a look at one of the top bowl games in our area in ABC10's Game of the Week. Here's Matt George with a preview of Pleasant Grove versus West Park.
Every football game presents an opportunity. After missing the playoffs, the West Park Panthers and Pleasant Grove Eagles have the opportunity to put the pads on one more Friday, playing in the new Sac-Joaquin section bowl games.
I know that our team didn't end the way we wanted, but I think that this is a tremendous opportunity to get a banner up in our gym. I love this team, and I think it's a great opportunity for us to go and show what we're really about, and that we like finishing on a strong note, and I think that's what we're about.
It's my last game, so every extra game we can play is a blessing. I'm excited. Hopefully we win. Go 8-3. I'm happy.
Some critics have called the bowl games meaningless compared to the playoffs that begin next week, but try telling that to the West Park seniors, who were nothing but grateful to get to practice with their brothers in the rain together one last time.
People are saying it's meaningless. They've never got to experience playing with their brothers. I'm gonna enjoy them so much. I've played with these guys since I was 12. It's really bittersweet, but I'm gonna miss it a lot, and I love that we get to practice another time.
I told our team before we started practice today, everybody remembers the last time they strapped it up. They will remember this game. The seniors will remember this game the rest of their lives. And it's an opportunity for them to play another home game in front of their family and friends and hopefully get another win.
The feeling of gratitude is mutual on the Pleasant Grove side.
I'm just glad to have one more game with my team, with my brothers, everything. I just love playing the game with them. End the season off with a win. Going into high spirits, going into college, leaving the underclassmen with something to live with. This is part of history of PG.
7-3 is an unbelievable record, best record we've had in over 10 years here at Pleasant Grove, and extremely proud of these guys, and again, just excited and honored to be in a bowl game.
Oh, what an exciting matchup that looks to be. All eyes will be on that game. Now, ABC10 is looking forward to being out there Friday. Okay, now it's time to look back at the best moments from the final week of the regular season. Here's last week's highlights, starting with Vanden and Pioneer.
Happy Halloween, boys and girls. I'm Winnie the Pooh out here for the final week of the high school football regular season. A game between the Vanden Vikings and the Pioneer Patriots, with the winner solidifying a spot in the playoffs. Every senior dreams of going out on top. The Pioneer seniors took the field for one final regular season game, but determined that there would still be more football to play. The Patriots have enjoyed a pretty incredible turnaround season in their second year as part of the Monticello Empire League, but they still had to face the reigning state champions, the Vanden Vikings, in Week 11. And if you're going to make the sensational Pioneer cheer team work on Halloween, well, you best bring the trick-or-treating to them pregame. Let's get into the action. The Vikings started things off with some showtime defense. Junior defensive lineman Elijah Caden gets his hand on this pass, keeps it in the air, and then takes it to the house for a game-opening pick six. Anytime a lineman scores a touchdown, the entire team has to celebrate. But here's the thing about football. There's always the next play, and you have to have a short memory. Pioneer quarterback Jordan Costancino shows no fear getting back into the pocket. He airs this ball out to junior receiver Mark Estantino, who secures the catch even through the hard hit. That sets up the first touchdown of the night for number 5 senior Devion Corley, who was unstoppable in the first half. He takes this reverse around the corner and in for the score. But he's also dangerous through the air. Later in the first quarter, here he is pulling in the pass on 4th down, not backing down from the hit that he knew was coming. That gave the Patriots a 1-score lead. Fast forward to the second quarter, here comes Corley again. He gets another handoff in the backfield, and this time turns the corner on the far side for 6. 3 touchdowns in the first half alone on his senior night. Pioneer was rolling, but the Vikings relied on that championship experience to keep them focused. And it wasn't long before Vanden was back on the attack. Junior quarterback Xavier Zambrano throws a dart over the middle to senior Caleb Jones for the score. Then fellow senior and running back Josiah Chavez shows off the speed with back-to-back big runs, the second resulting in a touchdown. This game was neck and neck down to the final minute of the first half when Vanden put together a picture-perfect scoring drive that resulted in the go-ahead touchdown pass to Caleb Jones. The Vikings took control into the locker room and didn't look back. They dominate the second half, securing the 40-27 victory and punching their ticket to the playoffs.
Congrats to Vanden. Good job out there, Matt. And I think I speak for everyone here at ABC 10 when we say, you look adorable as Winnie the Pooh. All right, guys. Well, so far, the Folsom Bulldogs have just bullied their way through league play this season, going a perfect 5-0 in the Sierra Foothill League. There's just one thing. The Bulldogs have yet to face off against those Granite Bay Grizzlies. We're heading to Folsom. Great crowd out there on this Halloween night. Now, if Granite Bay wins this one, they get to share the SFL title with Folsom. There's just one problem. The Bulldogs are not in the mood to share. We'll pick this one up in the first quarter. Folsom ball. Ryder Lyons hits Jamison Powell, and watch Powell after the catch. Herbs the word, spins the verb. Forget what you heard. No diggity, no doubt. The Bulldogs would take a 14-0 lead early on, but Granite Bay would clap back. To the second quarter now, Dominic Catalico in the pocket looking. He finds a wide open Isaiah Galovich, who goes inside the 5-yard line. And that would lead to this. The man with the best hair on the field, Isaiah Ine, plows in for the touchdown, and the Grizzlies are on the board. But you know you can't hold a Bulldog down for long. Later in the quarter, Ryder Lyons going deep, and like a good neighbor, Rob Larson there for the touchdown, 37-yard connection. Folsom goes on to win this game 42-14. The Bulldogs secure yet another SFL title, going undefeated in league play. Up next for both teams, the playoffs are calling. Congrats to them Bulldogs on the victory. Well, all year long, the Manteca Buffaloes use the motto, "We will hit you." And entering Friday night's game at a perfect 9-0, it's clear that the Buffaloes have backed up that motto. The thing we need to find out, will the Oakdale Mustangs hit back? Wow, who knew that Darth Vader was a professional drummer? Give it up for the world-famous Oakdale Marching Band. They were clearly in the Halloween spirit. They understood the assignment. Oakdale High School was lit on this night. The Mustangs welcoming in the Manteca Buffaloes. And what's at stake in this one? Whoever wins this game wins the Valley Oak League title. We're going to pick this one up in the first quarter. Oakdale in the red zone. Chase Lopez takes the handoff and grab those Lysol wipes because this run was filthy. Lopez spitting and would not be denied as he gets in for the first touchdown of the game. The Mustangs will convert the two-point conversion to take an early 8-0 lead. Ensuing drive for Manteca. How about that Oakdale defense? Owen Goley going to the air. And look at the diving interception from Peyton Wallace. Oh, wait. I'm sure Peyton gets those skills from his father. Oakdale started this game off with all kinds of momentum, but as we all know, Manteca will hit you. Don't believe me, just watch. Ensuing drive for the Mustangs. Lopez takes the handoff, and he's taken down by a swarm of Buffaloes. Now later on the drive, how about that Manteca defense again? Oakdale right near the goal line, but the Buffaloes force the fumble and recover the fumble. What a heads-up play there. Yes, Manteca will hit you, y'all. Now, unfortunately, Manteca scored all their points after I left the game, so my apologies to the Buffaloes. Anyways, Manteca went on to take down Oakdale 40-26. Manteca wraps up the regular season with a perfect 10-0 record. Next up for both teams, the playoffs are calling. Congrats to Manteca on the league title. Now, staying in the 209, next we're heading to my hometown of Stockton for one of the most historic rivalries in the city. You know, it's always a blast when the St. Mary's Rams go against them Lincoln Trojans. We're heading to the campus of Lincoln High School. Practically the whole city is Stockton there for this game. The Lincoln student section, definitely in the Halloween spirit. I see Alvin and the Chipmunks, a throwback LeBron James jersey. And the St. Mary's student section was also in the Halloween mood. The Rams looking to wrap up league play with an undefeated record. Now, right when I walked in the stadium, Diego Hernandez scored a touchdown for the Rams. So we'll pick this up in the second quarter. Lincoln in the red zone. Julian Perez drops dimes. Here he's going to throw a beautiful fade ball to just Shannon Martin, who's pushed out of bounds right inside the 5-yard line. Now, later on the drive, Perez is going to go to the air again. This time he throws a strike right in the chest of Rene Garcia III for the touchdown. Lincoln still trailed 24-13 at this point. Now, ensuing possession for St. Mary's, they can throw the rock too, y'all. Jaden Galvin slings this one into Kenneth Moore III for a nice game. Kenneth, he will catch anything in his direction. The Rams, they can run the ball too. Now, later on the drive, C.J. Bullard takes the handoff, and C.J. drinks milk. Look at him plow up the middle for a nice game. And that St. Mary's offense in rhythm like a Janet Jackson concert, y'all. Control. Anyway, later on the drive, Galvin, he hit Ivan Huerta. That would move the chains. The Rams go on to defeat the Lincoln Trojans 54-41. Clearly no shortage of offense in this game. Tony Frank's team wraps up the regular season with an 8-2 record, going undefeated in league play. Congrats to those St. Mary's Rams on the victory. Well, there are not many teams out there right now hotter than Inderkum. The Tigers have won 8 games in a row and are currently undefeated in league play. We're heading to Natomas. The Inderkum Tigers welcoming in the Ponderosa Bruins out of Shingle Springs. We're going to pick this one up in the first quarter. Inderkum with the ball. Now, Isaiah Gibbons, he does work in the pocket, y'all. He's going to roll out. He hits Jordan Cole across the middle, and Cole gonna turn on the Jets. Oh, yeah, it's a Cole world, baby. Look at that. He picks up a large gain. Finally brought down in the red zone. Now, later on the drive, Gibbons is going to call his own number, and he's going to rush this in for the touchdown just like that. It's 6-0 Inderkum. But Ponderosa, they would clap back to the second quarter now. Bruins in the red zone. Marshall Alvarez takes the handoff. He's going to reach pay dirt to put Ponderosa on the board. But don't celebrate too much, Bruins, because Inderkum would strike back as well. Later in the second quarter, Tigers in the red zone. Brody Cole rolls out and hits Jordan Cole, who gets in for the touchdown. Look, if your last name was Cole, you did a good job in this game. It's a Cole world, baby. Inderkum will go on to win this one 37-13. Yes, give it up for the world-famous Woodland Christian Band. This game took place on Thursday night. And let me tell you this, if you've never been to a home game at Woodland Christian, then you are missing out in life. It's a vibe out there. The 8-1 Cardinals hosting the 7-2 Golden Sierra Grizzlies out of Garden Valley. And check this out, y'all. First play from scrimmage for Woodland Christian. Oliver Holloman takes the handoff. And just like people running to go trick-or-treating on a Friday night, Oliver is going to run this all the way to the house. And just like that, it's 7-0 Cardinals. Now, how about that Woodland Christian defense? Ensuing possession for Golden Sierra. The Grizzlies going to the air. You'll see it in a second. But see, my man Cole Haynes says, you ain't going to the air on my watch, because I get in front of there and I get picks. Not only does Cole get picks, he nearly takes it back for the touchdown. He would be brought down inside the 5-yard line. Very next play, Frankie Herrera, a lineman. He takes a direct snap. He plows his way in the end zone for 6. So far, 2 offensive plays for Woodland Christian, 2 touchdowns, and they were just getting started, people. Now, after a Noah Hinkle touchdown, the Cardinals back in business, driving down the field. Malachi Durham, he takes the handoff. This kid runs angry. Either get out of his way or get ran over. It's your choice, people. Malachi definitely eats spinach. Now, the same drive, Isaiah Hunt going to the air. And like a good neighbor, Cole Haynes is there for the tutty. That was a dime. This game, all Cardinals, they go on to defeat Golden Sierra 53-0. Woodland Christian concludes the regular season at 9-1. Perfect 7-0 in league play. Congrats, Cardinals. You guys hopefully enjoyed your trick-or-treating on Friday night. What an incredible week it was for high school football, where many games had playoff implications. As for our guests today, we're being joined by the undefeated Liberty Ranch Hawks out of Galt. They join Matt George and I in the studio. Now, as you guys can see, we are joined by some very special guests in the studio, and they put the special in special guests. Let me tell you why. Now, listen to this. There are only 6 teams throughout the whole Sac-Joaquin section, that's a big area, who wrapped up the regular season with a perfect 10-0 record. And we're blessed to have one of those teams with us right now in the studio. We have the Liberty Ranch football team joining us on the show. And let me introduce you to the, thank you. We have a studio audience here clapping, absolutely. Let me introduce you to the Hawks. Representing them, we're going to start off over here. The cool guy with the backwards hat, the running back, Andrew Quinn. What's up, Drew?
What up?
All right. Right next to him, we have the quarterback, the one and only Ryan Ogus is here.
What's up? How's it going?
Also known as Houdini.
Yes, sir.
See him on the field and you'll understand the nickname. All right, going over here, representing the linemen, we have the one and only Kyle Charisma. What's up, Kyle?
How's it going?
Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
Love your number, too, as well.
Thank you.
All right, you got to do that. Yeah, we'll come back to that. All right, and the head coach, the man with the master plan, the head coach of this program, the one and only Warren Schroeder is here.
How you doing, guys?
All right. Well, thank you all, and I really appreciate all of you guys coming down here and spending your Sunday evening with us. So you wrapped up the regular season at 10-0, and you guys have really annihilated some of your competition along the way. When you look back at this regular season before we go into the playoffs, what do you attribute just the dominant effort that you guys have out there to?
I say our team bond. We're really bonded as a team. We work well together. Just grew up together, played together for a really long time, so we just know what we're doing.
Well, I mean, just hanging out at school, get to know one another just helps a lot because then you learn to trust them and that they'll do their job, and it just means a lot on the field that if they can do their job, you can do yours, and the game executes.
Coach, you typically look at a football sideline and you see a sea of helmets and a sea of jerseys. You look at the Liberty Ranch sideline and it's this group of brothers that typically plays both sides of the ball. Of course, coaches love the word depth and stuff like that, but what are the advantages of having these athletes that you know are so capable on both ends and are so comfortable and familiar with each other?
Yeah, you know, we started the season with 22, 23 players, and we had never had that low of numbers before. So we were concerned as a coaching staff, you know, with injuries and things that might come up. And we knew that these kids would have to play Ironman football. And we were lucky, very fortunate that this group is built of Ironman football players. They're a talented group that work really hard and don't make excuses, and they want to get on that field and show what they can do. So we're very fortunate for that.
Ryan, you'll hear a lot of the best players talk about, like, we know each other so well, we don't have to think. We can just react to each other. You as a quarterback, whether it's with your running back, with your line, with your receivers. Does this team have that element of, I don't have to think, I just know where they're going to be?
Yeah, you know, just playing from a young age all together, you know, we really build a good chemistry out there. So it's just a big trust thing, you know. It comes from hard work at practice and just putting that work in every day, so yeah.
You know, you just talked about knowing where his receivers at and all that stuff, which is great. But this team is a true ground and pound team. I understand you guys have 3 running backs that have all eclipsed 1,000 yards rushing on the season. If that doesn't spell dominant running game, then I don't know what does. So with that being said, our linemen here representing, you're the one opening up these holes for these running backs to get through there. Everything starts in the trenches and on the line. How is that working for you, and how have you guys been so successful allowing guys like Andrew Quinn to, you know, run for over 1,000 yards?
I say definitely got to thank the coaches on that one. We got great coaches for O-line, D-line especially. Just really build us up, help us. Like, we go through our plays, we understand our rules, our assignments. If everyone does their assignment right, the play will turn out how it's supposed to turn out.
When you talk to athletes that get to the age that Kevin is, when they're telling stories.
25. 25.
Add another 0.
Look good, baby.
When you get to that age, when you talk about your high school careers, it's funny how many athletes talk about the road trips and the moments off the field. Now, I know you guys are still fresh in it, but do you have any stories or any moments that you guys can share, especially being such a tight-knit group and growing up together, off-the-field moments that just speak to the bond of you guys as players?
I say yeah. We have team dinner every Thursday at Coach Schroeder's house, and then after we eat dinner, he has a fire, and we all sit around the fire and just talk and have fun talks, and it's just really
Make s'mores.
Yeah, make s'mores, do a lot of stuff. It's pretty fun.
So, Coach, s'mores are the key to being 10-0? Is that what I hear?
Yes. Feeding the kids right before a Friday game is absolutely critical to a victory. Absolutely, yeah.
How much fun are you guys having with each other and just, going through this process?
Yeah, definitely. I would say at practice, we're always locked in, but, we do have those moments where we're all dancing and having fun, Make sure that, we have a good time while we're, still trying to work hard at getting a championship, so yeah.
Does Coach Schroeder dance with you guys?
He keeps us in line. Yeah, he keeps us in check, yeah. But
They'd usually do it behind our backs to catch them, so yeah.
It's definitely a mixture of both between having fun, but also getting the job done and knowing what time it is to have fun and what time you got to actually lock in and do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I love that. It's a balance. And they say the team that dances together wins together. So
Who said that?
I did. So it's affirmed.
What's a home atmosphere like at Liberty Ranch High School?
Very loud, very fun.
yeah, I'd definitely say us, we're always playing hard and making the game look fun, so yeah.
I have to definitely plug in my wife, who does an amazing job with preparing home games for the crowds that are coming in. We call her Mama Shro, and she is loved by all the kids on campus. She's a senior class advisor, but she works tirelessly to make sure these kids have everything that they need, and she truly is the backbone of the football program. So.
Well, shout out to Mama Shro. You are the real MVP, okay?
Absolutely.
Like they say, behind every head coach is a strong woman 100%. Rolling her eyes. So with that, I'm joking. We love them. With that being said, guys, though, really congratulations on all the success this year. Keep that success going over the next month and a half or so, and we really hope that you guys can accomplish the goals and objectives that you've set out for yourself. So keep it going.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks for spending your evening with us. If you guys want to check out Liberty Ranch in action, they host Ripon in the first round of the playoffs. You definitely do not want to miss them in action, 7 p.m. at their stadium. What an exciting time in high school football. Can't believe the postseason is here. Now, you can watch us every Friday night at 11 p.m. for highlights from all the big games across the Sac-Joaquin section. Of course, we'll also have highlights on ABC10 Plus, our free 24/7 streaming app, where you can keep up to date with sports, news, and weather. I'm Kevin John. I'll see you next time.